If you're into barbecue and smoked foods, guys, I've got an upgrade waiting for you. This maple moonshine barbecue sauce has everything attached to it that just says, oh, hell yeah. I am Conky's Creative Kitchen with a website at kcknh.com. Find me on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and Provecho. I'm going to be using Steadfast Spirits Maple Moonshine out of Concord, New Hampshire, and the Raw Honey Extraordinaire from my friends at Mad Russian Apothecary. So this involves the whole buy local, support local initiative I have. Very important for me. We've got some great products here made in New Hampshire, and we are getting set up here with the moonshine. And this is a tomato-based sauce, but you won't even realize it when you taste this. This has a total flavor combination that will throw your mind off, because usually you'll have a tomato background, not with this one. Now, I have some unique products from Mad Russian where they sell me the products they use to infuse flavors in their raw honey. So I have this mint honey mash. I affectionately refer to it as a mash because it looks like you could mash it. So we've got a couple of tablespoons here, maybe a little heavier tablespoons of the mint mash going in. This is a delicious condiment, adds a whole unique different flavor profile. And I had to look at this and say, well, for the batch I'm making, I'm going to double up on that. Trust me, you are going to enjoy it. So, of course, because of the tomato paste, we're going to make sure that we're breaking this down as we go. So you're going to get a little of an arm workout. It's not that bad, guys. I don't recommend having a mixer doing this. It's always good for you to get a feel for the sauce itself. And as you can see the change, now we have to start adding our other ingredients to this. So into this same bowl, we're actually going to add some red wine vinegar. Use whatever vinegar you want, but do not use a balsamic style vinegar. You're going to kill it. We're already going on the sweet heavy side of things. Balsamic is just going to make your teeth pretty much jump out of the skull and run away. So again, we add a fluid, we mix it in. We want to make sure everything gets mixed in as best as possible. Now, I'm using a regular local grocery store apricot preserves. If you want to go to a local farm that actually has that, just go ahead and grab it. You might as well. But apricot preserves gives the nice glaze that most people are looking for, especially when they're doing those fruit tarts. So I'm emptying the contents of that jar right into the same bowl, mixing it in. It doesn't take long for this to get incorporated. And I can see here already that everything has been dissolving beautifully. That nice shiny look to it, that's the act of the preserves. And now we're going to add the raw honey to this. If you don't have raw honey available, you can use regular, but try to look up your local farms. You'd be surprised who's doing their own honey. These guys have been amazing people to my husband and I, so they are kind of sort of my best friend, if you will. I love their products. So we're going to add the raw honey into this. This also adds not just the sweet, it also has a slight savory aspect to it, and it adds to the glazing effect if you're going to do things with like the last hour of the cook. So we're going to make sure we get this mixed in as well. I do prefer mixing in stages, especially with different viscosities of the ingredients that I'm using. You could see how it's coating the sides of the bowl here. That means it's still on the thick side. So we are going to be adding some water to this. We're going to mix this out. And truth be told, water is very essential with barbecue sauces. As it is, we're going to eventually bring this to a boil and then reduce it to simmer. So water is essential here. Now, I've got enough water in here to make me happy. So now I'm going to add in a special treat from Mad Russian. they have honey infused with dried lime slices. It is so aromatic. Oh my God. Now, if you're not lucky to have things like this, you can certainly use fresh lime. I would go 1 to maybe 1.5 limes of juice and zest. But the dried limes that have a coating of honey are completely a different flavor. At this point, I've added a simple collection of seasonings. You can use a barbecue rub of your choice if you want, but you will need kosher salt. There is no way of getting around it. You need to balance the flavors. I would start with a teaspoon, mix it, taste test, go from there. So now at this point, we've got everything in this bowl, and we've got it in a pot right now. Look at how beautiful this is. Like, it's a gorgeous color. You're going to bring it up to a boil for about 5 to 10 minutes, stirring regularly, and then you bring it down to a slow simmer. You do need to stir occasionally so it doesn't burn on the bottom. And let me show you how this looks as a glaze. Look at how gorgeous that thing is. We did our Easter ham that way. And this will give you such great flavors to work with, guys, and it works with every meat out there, and a paper towel is definitely going to be required. So thanks so much for joining me. I hope you'll enjoy the recipe, and as always, happy cooking.